Hey, in this video we're going to talk about sprouting. Sprouting is a great way of getting some healthy, fresh greens into your daily diet. I love sprouts. I like to grow my own because it's fresh and I can get the variety that I'm looking for. It's real simple to do that. You can get super fancy, and my girlfriend, shout out to Amrita, who got me recently this deluxe version of a sprouter. I'm going to be able to grow a ton of sprouts using this sprouter. I can't wait to use it. But if you don't have a good friend or access to a sprouter, here's what you could use. This is a simple technique. You're just taking a mason jar. I like to use a wide mouth jar because it's just easier to get the grown sprouts in and out. And you can just take some plastic screening that you can pick up a roll at Home Depot and just fit it to size. Look at all those sprouts on there, but you just would cut. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but just enough to insert it, and then make sure that you get the plastic kind. And I can even show you later on another thing that you can use with this screen. I can show you how to make an earring holder, but that's for a later video. Back to the sprouts. So this sprout mix is, you buy the bags like this, and you can get them at a oh, what do they call those stores? And natural stores, like a Whole Foods, that kind of store. You could buy these online. This one is a mix that includes alfalfa, radish, and broccoli. And then this is about 6 days old, and this one, it was a radish, spicy radish mix. So this would be great in a veggie sandwich or on a salad. Now, my niece was asking me, how do you get the sprouts so that she's tried it before, and then what happened to her, and it's also happened to me too, is they get soggy and mold starts to develop. So I'm going to share some tips that you want to use for ensuring that that doesn't happen. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your seeds. This happens to be yellow peas, which, by the way, here's a tip for you. Okay, I went online and I bought a bag of seeds, and I probably got a pound. Okay, I spent probably $30. $8 of it was shipping and handling. But my girlfriend, Amrita, told me, no, silly, you go to the Indian store. Hello, 2 pounds for $1.59. Woot woot. Okay, so hello, duh. So check out other resources than just the Whole Foods and those places. Go to the ethnic stores, because guess what? They're going to have stuff cheaper there. So I was super excited. I got yellow peas. I got mungs. These little things, these are actually like bean sprouts. So this is going to be awesome. I can use this in my stir fry. Look, $3.99 for 2 pounds. Don't ask me what I paid online, and that order's coming. Oh well, live and learn. Okay, so back to the soaking of seeds here. You're going to take, for every cup, I have a cup of hot water or warm water. I just use warm tap water. And then you're going to put in a half a teaspoon of bleach. Now, you'll notice what I did here. I took, this is just my makeup remover, and of course I rinsed it out really well, and I threw bleach in here. It's just convenient to pour into the little teaspoon thing. I love these kind of containers. I save these guys. So anyhow, just a little tip. And then you're going to put a half a teaspoon into every cup of warm water. You're going to let this soak for, I would say, an hour. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to rinse this out really well. And that's going to prevent E. coli from developing. If you remember a few years back, I would say about 3 years ago, the organic sprouts, we had an epidemic of E. coli at the grocery stores. So I thought it was just because, they're not clean or whatever. But so that's why I was growing my own sprouts. but I read something recently that even the seeds that you buy could potentially be infected with E. coli. So this is one way that you can assure that it's not going to be a problem for you. All right, so then what you'll do, of course, is you'll rinse that out very thoroughly, and then you'll put it into your sprouter, whether it's a jar or the fancy sprouter. And then the next thing that you want to make sure you do is you place it in an area where it's not going to get direct sunlight. Because it's a moist environment, if there's sun, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get mold. So what I like to do is invert my jars, or I shouldn't say invert, but put it at an angle like this, okay, so that the water drains out. And one way of doing that, I found a great thing. I had these canning tongs, and what I can do is I could set the tongs apart like that, and then look, I could just place it like that, and it fits really nicely. Now, you probably don't have canning tongs at your house. I mean, unless you can, you're probably not going to have that. So some people will use a dishwasher rack. You know, like when you wash dishes by hand, you place your dishes in the dish rack. Okay, you could do that. I don't have a dish rack, so that's why I use the canning tongs. Another thing that you can do is you can get a bowl, a big bowl, like I was using this container, and you can set your jar in there. Anything that's going to put it at an angle is what you want to use. So you can get creative, but you don't want it to be sitting in water. Does that make sense? You want it to drain is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and then after a few days, what you'll do is you're going to want to rinse this out. So I saved this for you. Again, this is about 6 days of growth, and then you're just going to take them out because once the seeds sprout, they're going to leave these little holes, seed holes, which you could eat, but you know, it's better to not have it. And then you're just going to put it in some water, and then you're going to let the holes, they're going to rise to the top like that. So that's all you're going to do. And then what you're going to do is you're going to let this dry out for a few hours, okay? You don't want it to be wet like this. And once it's dried out and you've drained it, you know, pretty thoroughly for several hours, then you can put it into the refrigerator in like a Ziploc bag. I would probably put a paper towel at the bottom so that if there was any moisture, that the paper towel will absorb the moisture. And that'll keep for a couple weeks in your refrigerator. All right? So I hope these tips help you out. I love sprouts. There's nothing tastier than having fresh sprouts in your salads and your sandwiches. This is awesome in a tuna fish sandwich, by the way. So hope you'll try this out. Enjoy. Spring's coming. Yay! All right, take care. Happy Friday.